Welcome to MaxsGarajMahal. Today we're going to do a real quick tutorial on how to replace this faucet stem on a Delta faucet, as well as replace the seat gasket and possibly a spring. Now, all you're going to need is, you can use one of these monkey wrenches right here. You might need a pair of needle nose. You might need a pocket knife to open the packages. You will need an Allen wrench, and I don't know what size this is. This is probably a 3/32. And we're going to tilt down here like this. And I'm going to zero in real tight on that thing. All right, right there. Get that camera stay where we want it. Okay, now I've already pulled the plug out of here that hides the screw head, and I've got it inside a piece of tape here so that I can locate it and it doesn't get lost. So I'm going to show you how easy this is. You're going to put your Allen wrench into the, now first thing you got to do, guys, turn off the water, number one. All right, you're going to turn that Allen set key or set screw quarter turn. You can just take this right off. Okay, now we're going to take this wrench right here. You want to have some paper towels handy, so we're going to go ahead and move these items off my paper towels so they'll be ready for us. And we're going to set our parts right over here beside what we're working on, so they'll be ready for us. Alrighty, now you're going to take this, we're going to turn this nut here counterclockwise, just like that. And it doesn't take much. All you're going to do is just gently break that loose, and it'll come off real easy generally, unless you've cross-threaded in another repair. Now keep up with where this is located right here. This is what determines which way the valve turns and locks and stops. That's a little piece right here. Do not lose that, because you have to have it on the left side. It needs to be on this side of your valve. Okay, so next we're going to take the valve. This is where you're going to get some water, and you're going to want to have a paper towel handy just to keep the water from getting all over the place. But there is going to be some residual water. Make sure you have turned off the water either at the street or below your sink, because it's not going to blow out of there, but it is going to run out. And we're going to pull that right out of there real simply, just like this. And it does have an O-ring on it that you're having to bring through there real carefully. See, now that's coming out pretty good, but it's not all that bad. All right, now let's run that into the sink. All right, now I'm going to set this right over here, just like that. And again, these are the parts inside here that we're going to replace, right here. Okay, so now we're going to reach inside. Let's go ahead, get a little more of that water out. And we're going to do that by just sticking our towel in there, absorbing that water best we can. See if I can get my hands out of your way, because I know that's right where you can't see, and I apologize. Alright. Now we're going to reach in here with our needle nose, and we're going to pull that sucker out of there. That's what we're taking out right there. Right here. That's the old one. That's the one that's leaking. It's hard as a rock. You can't have hard in there, because hard won't seal. And we're going to check the spring. And I'll say the spring is good. but we'll test it against the new one. All right. That one feels a little bit hard, but it feels compressed. So let's go ahead and drop a new one in the hole, and we'll put it in that seat. Now I would move the camera and all that stuff, but it's really, when you look down inside here, you're going to see that rubber gasket, and you're going to see the hole it fits into. So I'm going to make sure you can see that. Trying to see what you can see, and I lost it here. All right, we're going to take it just like that and point it right over the top of that. Take our fingers, or a finger, and slide it right down inside that sucker. Now it's got a little bit of a flare on it, so you're going to have to get it started in order to get it back in that hole. And it's not a big deal, it just doesn't always go real quickly. And you might take your pocket knife, and this is where you have to be real gentle with your pocket knife to push that down inside there. You can use a small screwdriver. All you want to do is just get the skirt started into the well. And once you do that, you should be able to push it right in there. Now notice, if I wasn't trying to stay out of your way, it's taking me a little longer than it should, and it normally would. I replaced one just the other day on another faucet, and it took me about, probably 30 seconds. But again, I'm trying to stay out of your way so you can see, and that's the reason why I didn't go to the trouble to try to put that camera lens where you can look down in there, because I can't see what I'm doing, let alone what you're doing. You just have to feel it out as you go. And once you get started, you'll know it, and it'll just push right into place. Now if your knife is really sharp, be careful, because you don't want to nick that gasket. Now let's get a little more water out of there so we can look in there and make sure it's seated real nice and tight. And you can, look, that water will wick out of there for a while because it's just open all the way down that valve, the pipe. So once the water is turned off, any residual water in that pipe is going to want to come up to the top and come out of there. So, all right, now this was the new valve that I've already put in there, and I didn't replace this gasket because I thought, well, maybe I should do a video for you guys, show you how this works. Now something I am going to do here, I'm going to turn this off for a second. I'm going to get some Vaseline and put a little Vaseline on the O-ring. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, now why do we want some Vaseline on that O-ring? We want to make sure that it's got a real easy friction fit without tearing the O-ring as it goes in. So be real careful. You don't need much, just a tiny bit. And for just to get that new seal seated real nicely, we'll put just a tad on the bottom of this valve as well. So now then, let's go ahead and get this back in place here. Like that. We're going to set this up like this. And turn this sucker to right about there. Now all you're going to do now is just press this right back into place. And you're going to do it real gently, just like that. Alright. Now you're going to put the nut right back on there. We're going to screw that down. Don't get too carried away with that because you don't want to turn. This is this is a 3-piece faucet, so this is not all one piece, so that if you turn real hard on one side, you've got the other 2 holes to help it stay in place. It's not that way, so be careful with that. So now we're going to take the handle, we're going to put that right on there. We're going to insert the wrench on the lock screw, the set screw. We'll tighten it down really well. Now I will come back here in a moment. I will put that plug in after the video's off, because that's not a big deal. All you're going to do again is you're going to take this little plug right cover and put it over the top of that. So now let me see if I can get this cabinet open without disturbing you guys too badly. So bear with me for a minute and I'll put you back in place. Now then, let me see if I can pick back up where you were. Whoops, sorry about that. Alright, I'm going to pan out or zoom back out just a little bit. Now then, you should be able to see the faucet. Water is on. Okay. By golly, that's just exactly what we want. No drips. Get all the air out of it. Hot water too. Woo, Lordy. Cold. Hot. Alrighty, there you are, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of that. And if you did, please subscribe. Hit that like button, please. Share these videos. And we appreciate you dropping by Max's Garage Mahal. And as we always say here, Max's Garage Mahal. Y'all come back and see us now, you hear?